Hey there, this is the Dinosaur Sorcerer. I have a lot of friends on VR chat, and a lot of folks like me have figured out how to buy avatars online and upload them to VR chat. Like this is a cutie little Chiron dragon that I purchased online, and I've got it all set up. So this video isn't going to cover that. That's like 90% of the work to getting like anything going for an avatar in VR chat. So there's plenty of other videos that'll cover that, like how to just get an avatar going. But a lot of people seem to not know, like, oh, I wish this avatar was like a little bigger or a little smaller or a lot bigger or a lot smaller. And it is super easy to do that once you've got all the stuff mastered and like this one's ready to go. I'm like, I could do build and publish and it'd be good to go to get in my VR chat account. But what if I wanted to make it bigger or smaller? Well, there are only 6 magic numbers you need to do in order to resize this avatar, and I'll show you where they are. So first of all, let's click the main part of the hierarchy here, not the body part, but the main part, and go to the inspector here. I have some stuff docked here too, like the SDK, lighting, and the inspector. I have docked next to the inspector, so they're not separate windows. But anyway, so you select this guy, and he's there, and you'll see it right at the top. There's transform. There's this position, rotation, and then there's scale. And depending on how your avatar was designed, or if you made it yourself, or I'm sure if you made it yourself, you could probably figure out how to rescale it on your own. But if you purchased an avatar, it'll have default numbers here. And sometimes they'll be 1, sometimes they'll be like 1.3. I've seen a couple different things depending on the avatar maker. So those are the first 3 magic numbers. So the first step in rescaling your avatar, let me click back there, is to, let's say I want to make him 3 times as tall. So the magic number I need to remember is 3. I'm going to multiply all of these numbers by 3. Here the math is easy because I'm starting with 1. So I'm going to make the x 3. You can see he gets wider. I'm going to make the y 3. And then the z 3. And if I use the mouse wheel and scroll out, now he is 3 times taller than he was before. Those are only half of the numbers you need to change, though, to make your guy bigger or smaller. The other component is the view position. Now, if you hit edit here, you'll see that the view position, shows up as a little white ping pong ball. Now it's in my crotch. That's where your eyeballs will show. That's where your eyes will be in the avatar. So that needs to change as well. And you notice that has some weird math there. It's got weird numbers there. So instead of trying to move that manually, since I already know the number that I multiplied to get the scale bigger here, I just need to multiply these numbers by 3 as well. These are the other 3 magic numbers of the 6. So I'm going to open up my little Windows calculator here and say 3 times 1.378223. That's going to be that number. I will copy that and paste it in there. And then the other one was, so 3 times 0.2092377. And that's going to be that. I'll cut and paste that. And so now you'll see that just by doing that, it's got, if I hit the edit button, you'll see so that's where my viewpoint is. That's just where it was before on the smaller avatar. Now just by using that same math, I can automatically get that to where it needs to be for the new avatar. Don't even have to worry about moving it manually. And that's literally it. Well, with an asterisk. So if you want to make it stupid huge, and I've seen avatars as high as 10 kilometers, I think is the current highest I've seen. Mind you, they get really janky in VR chat, and they look really iffy, and you have to be in certain worlds that allow your voice to travel really far, and for the visibility to be that far. But there are worlds out there that'll let you do that. Likewise with the tinier avatars, a world has to be both tiny and large friendly in order for you be able to see your arms and your menu and stuff in the game. But that might be the subject for another video on how to change that. This is purely for making your avatars larger or smaller. So once you've got those 3 numbers in there, you can recheck. It complains a little more. Oh, the avatar's tall. It's probably taller than you want. Well, guess what? I want it this tall. So this one's good to go, but there are some limits in certain files of the VRChat SDK that will prevent you from doing things. It used to prevent you from doing things too huge and too small, but right now there's just something for too small. Now let's go back to the inspector. Let's pretend that I wanted to make him stupid small instead. Let's say I'm going to put everything back to... Actually, can I just Control Z to get... Okay, there's... All my scaling is back. All those numbers are back, and all these are back, just because I undoed to get back there. Now, let's say I want to make him, like, really small. Like, let's divide that, like, by 10. So instead of 1, it'll be, it will be 0.1. So 0.1 and 0.1. So I'm going to divide these numbers by 10 as well. That's easy. I just got to move the decimal point then. So this will be 0.13. And then this will be 0.02. And now if I zoom in, now the ping pong ball looks a lot bigger because he's a lot smaller now, but now he is 1/10 the size that he was. But if I go back over to the SDK, this avatar is too short. The minimum is blah, 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 blah. So what you need to do is, I have a picture here. You need to go into where you have the project file for this Unity project. And then under Assets, VRC SDK, Dependencies, VRChat, Editor, Control Panel, and then there's the file VRC SDK Control Panel Avatar Builder.cs. And that file is where the scripts are that says you're too short or you're too tall. So all you need to do to overcome that is to edit this text file and make that like 0.000001 or something ludicrously small. And then you won't ever get that error. You'll probably get this one that says it's short. It's probably shorter than you want. I usually like to put something in there like, hey, this is short. This is exactly what you effing want. So all you got to do is go in and edit that text file, and it'll eliminate that particular limitation there. But for now, let's go back, and I will undo all those changes. So now he's back to normal, and he has the usual. But that's pretty much it. I think that's all I wanted to show in the video. So the only things you need to change are the 6 magic numbers, the scale numbers, and the view position numbers. And just to make it easy on yourself, keep the math pretty simple. Like, I want to make it 10 times bigger, so multiply all these by 10, multiply all these by 10. You just got to keep that multiplier, whether you're multiplying it by a number larger than 1 or smaller than 1, depending on if you're going larger or smaller. As long as you do that math across the board, everything scales up. You might have to override that text file, but other than that, you're good to go for rescaling avatars. And you can have one avatar and have like 10 different sizes of it, and you can just switch between them in the avatar selector, and you're good to go. Well, that's all I wanted to show on this video. Thanks for watching, and take it easy.